Well, hello, my beautiful Aries. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for the end of July, right through the end of August 2025. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, you may notice the Gaia chimes have been reinstated. I missed them too much, so I had to bring them back there. So please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound, okay? So let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aries, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. But before I even start, the energy of the Gaia chimes was really that you're forging your way, and sometimes it feels like you're doing so much juggling, but it feels like, you know, your progress is hard. So some of you may feel frustrated at this time. You may feel that you're doing a lot, but you feel like there's always more to do, and it feels like a very long, ongoing process of repetition. But I do see a breakthrough here for you because my guides are showing me in the water, it almost feels like an L-shaped path. Okay, so it's not a crossroads. I'm seeing an L-shaped path, and this can indicate that literally you're turning a corner, okay, or it can indicate that there is some sort of opportunity to what you may feel at first is a sidestep. However, it feels like it's going to get you to your destination point quicker, okay? So if you're offered any opportunity where you feel like, it's a bit of a sidestep, I actually feel that this could lead you straight to your goal, your dream, or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve right now. So please bear that in mind. I mean, it's always good to use your intuition and discernment, of course, but that's what I can see in the water, so I have to give you that. I mean, it is a path that I'm seeing, very much so, and perhaps it's a path that is laid out or is clear because either side there's lots of vegetation or growth, trees, and the path is very clear. It looks quite sandy, actually, like a very yellow path there. So, I mean, it could be that there's a golden path opening up for you, or, you know, I'm just going to leave that image there, though, because that's something that I can see right now for you. Interesting that you got a card to start that has a path in it, okay, but I definitely see that you are focused on your sense of direction at this moment in time. And the Hermit can indicate that some of you felt like completely drained and exhausted. You're reaching for something really special in your industry, your career, or maybe even financially right now, trying to make an impact, you know, really stand out in your industry. And you shall, because, you know, what I'm excited about is that you're a very talented and creative person, and the Magician is all about your focus right now, but this Hermit is reaching for the star, and your next card is the star. So whatever it is you're reaching for, you're going to achieve it, okay? You're aligning yourself with your particular idea of what it means to be successful in your career, your industry, or financially, of course. And it's your talent, your gifts, and even new knowledge for some of you that will take you to the top. But let's get to the rest of your cards first before I connect to the rest of your reading. So you may have been going through like a long, dark tunnel in your career where it feels like you're juggling, it feels like you're multitasking, and, it's about reaching your full potential, having important conversations with yourself in order to remain on target. But the Hermit is to either think about going solo, or it can be that you feel very isolated in your working environment. It's like you've got stuff to do, you're keeping your nose to the grindstone, as it were. You don't want any distractions. You got the Strength card, which means you're taking it to the top. You're pushing on through, you're diligent, you're persistent, and I feel like some of you could be making some quiet changes in order to help advance when it comes to your industry, career, or whatever it is that you are doing right now. I mean, the Hermit is to withdraw, okay? But it also is perhaps an energy of feeling like you're doing a lot by yourself. It can indicate that you're exhausted, fed up with the industry or the way it is run right now. The Star energy in the resistance position at first, but it will go into the upright. It means you have been tested in some area. Some of you may have felt... look at that Ten of Swords. You have a lot on your mind, a lot on your to-do list. You may also feel that people are interfering in the industry in some way, or making new rules, regulations, and policies that are putting the squeeze on the industry. Ten of Swords can also indicate you're witnessing closures or redundancies across the board, and you may be a little bit nervous about your position in the industry. But the Temperance card, this is an energy of blending your skill set, migrating your skills, and learning new skills there as well. Look at the candle. The candle's going wild there. I feel there is this energy. Oh, you got 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. So you really have been putting in all of the extra hours into whatever it is that you're doing there. And there is some sort of new start here. When you get tens, it means you're a very strong person. You have staying power. You are diligent. You are not conforming. You're marching to the beat of your own drum. You're disciplined. You've been making a strenuous effort in your career sector. Yeah, there's change. So I feel like you are turning a corner. There's transition. Some of you are literally walking away from something in order to move into something even better, something that is more rewarding. It's interesting because you have major arcana cards here. You have, Strength card, the Moon card, you have the Death card, the Temperance card, and then 2 tens. So something needs to change in your industry because you feel like you're at capacity right now. Doesn't mean that you're not up to the challenge, but I feel this could be manifesting in different forms. For example, it could be that you are getting projects finished and your tasks done because you want to take a vacation. You want to have a moment to spend time with family, friends, perhaps. So it can be that you don't want any distractions. You're moving on through this time period. The candle is going wild because I feel like you are in a period of activity, a flurry of doing, and you're keeping that dream alive. And Ace of Cups, something new coming on in here for you. Okay, we got 2 tens. It is not an accident to have these 2 tens that are in the resistance position, which literally mean new start, which means a recovery of a situation, or if you've been problem solving, you can have a breakthrough here. This is literally the energy I was feeling at the beginning of your reading when I was doing the Gaia chimes, that there is a breakthrough here, or something being offered, a path being made clear for you, because aces tend to be an opportunity from the universe to explore something that has a lot of potential. So this can be a new project, a new client, a new idea. Could also be that you're doing something that you love. The dream job is offered to you, and that requires something else ending. So even if you work for a company or you're really happy where you're at right now, it's a highly pressurized industry or career sector, there's a lot to do all the time. It feels like it's never done. There's so much to do, but it can be that you are offered something within the same company to figurehead or to start up, for example, and it means that some of the older tasks or responsibilities are going to go somewhere else, and you are now learning new things or stepping into a new role or new office if you work in an office. For some of you, if you're an entrepreneur, this could be that, something that you've been doing has got to a point where it can literally either run itself, or you've got it up and completed and now you're ready to reveal it or offer it to the general public. If it's something public, for example, it could be something you've been working on for a very long time and suddenly you've completed it to such a high degree. It feels like you're nearly there. Okay, so whatever it is, no matter your industry, this is not about corporate industries, this is not about just artistic endeavors either. Please apply it to your situation. Something big is changing or ending in your industry, and it feels like it's creating space for this new opportunity, like a dream role or a dream pathway opening up here that you are going to absolutely love. Okay, this card literally gives you hope. So I do feel this is the light at the end of the tunnel energy. Okay, it feels like you're making headway in some way. Now, I also want to address anyone who's come to this reading, who's currently out of work, who is searching for a role that they would love to, step into. I mean, there's a lot of uncertainty there with that moon. You can be very cautious right now. You are keeping your eyes peeled, being very diligent. You're not actually just, settling for any role that comes along. I feel like you're waiting for the one that you aspire to, but also the one that pays the money that you're hoping for. And with that Strength card, that's your staying power to say, you know what, I know my value. You're like keeping your eyes peeled. A lot of people may have said that you're overqualified. That just basically means that they love what you're doing, but they don't have it in the budget, or they are tightening the budget and they don't want to give you the money that you truly deserve and desire in that role. Now that's just testing the waters to see if you come back and say, you know what, no, I'd really love to do the role. I'm happy to take the lesser salary, which of course you wouldn't do because you're valuing, what you have to offer. You're actually someone who's very established at what you do, and you're someone who has a skill set and you care. The Hermit energy is like you care so much that sometimes you have to walk away from things because you feel like it is disrespecting you or it is not valuing your skill set. Okay, the Hermit is someone who's had a lot of experience and said, you know what, I've got to a position in my career, whatever it is, where you're like, no, I'm sorry, that just doesn't fly. I value what I've learned, because the Hermit has learned a lot. So whatever it is, I feel like you're not selling yourself short when it comes to your skill set. And I feel with the Temperance energy that you have everything that this new role requires. There is one coming on in here, okay? But because there are so many ending cards in your reading here, this can indicate that some of you, you may migrate your skills, because the Temperance card is to blend your skill set, everything that you've learned over the years. It can be that, you're stepping into a new arena. So either you're like trying something new, a new sector, but somehow it's still connected. And maybe that's what this L-shaped pathway is. It's like, you're still doing what you do best, but at the same time, it feels like you're adding another string to your bow, or you're exploring something that could be in a different sector or arena. So that's coming through there. But ultimately, it's something that you've been manifesting and wishing for. As something ends with those two cards, something new begins. So if you are searching for a role, I feel this is a better role, better opportunity. You feel more fulfilled in this, and there's more opportunity for you to flourish and thrive, and there's so much potential. I feel this is a role that actually cares about you, not just your skill set. I feel whether you're working for yourself, in a very standalone position as well. I feel this could be you opening up a project, maybe going solo, some of you becoming your own boss, because that's literally what this card means when you have it in a career reading. This is like, okay, I've got the knowledge. Why am I not just setting up my own practice or doing my own thing, setting up independently? So it could be that you are independent and thinking about new ways to attract more attention to your business. This could be a new idea that you're running with as well. But I want you to be aware that if you're currently out of a role and you're searching, there is one coming on in that you will thrive in and absolutely love, and actually gives back. There's reciprocity there, okay? So with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to move away from that energy. But the Hermit is to quietly withdraw. So some of you could be quietly putting your resume out there, finding new opportunities. But this can also indicate that there's a lot of people away at the moment in your industry. So it's giving you thinking time. I mean, you're still busy, so you may be at capacity because there's been absences or people on vacation, for example. And it can be that it's got you thinking about everything that you do and whether you feel that you are valued where you're at right now. And if you're not, a lot of of you are taking things elsewhere, and there's something new coming on in here. And it feels like, because the Temperance card can indicate there may be a little bit of a crossover of dates, so you may need to negotiate through an appraisal or some sort of important meeting, some sort of end date or closure date there. So it can be that, you know, you have to give like, I'm just going to pull this out of the hat. This may not resonate for everyone, but if you have to give notice in your industry, it could be that you're required legally to give, you know, 4 weeks notice, and you may negotiate that you'll work 3 of those because you're starting your new position, and you may forfeit, for example, you know, your last week's pay. I'm not really seeing much on the forfeit energy, but because there is such a severance energy with a 10 of Swords, it can indicate that you're like, you know what, I'd rather just start the new position. So, I mean, please take it as it resonates. This is not going to resonate with all of you, of course. Now, if you are an independent worker, I definitely get an energy here of you, you know, moving through some turbulent times. You may have felt that the industry has been changing. There are a lot of cutbacks with that 10 of Wands. You may even see people who were leading in your industry closing branches or closing down, and it could make you feel very cautious or nervous about the trajectory of industry and commerce and the economy in general. So even if you're an artist, for example, you know, if you work in a certain creative industry, it could be that you're just noticing that there's a lot less opportunity or a lot less money to invest in projects at this moment in time. There will be a turning point, and I feel one of the turning points occurs, and I'm being given the month of September, okay? So this could be that perhaps there is some sort of rule, regulation, or policy change or U-turn regarding investment in certain sectors. Maybe that's going to come, I'm not sure, but I feel there is a turning point here, and I feel you're the sort of person that even though things are challenging, you're going to make it work. You are aligning with more success, and you could be adding new, like, inspirational ideas to whatever it is that you do in order to stand out from the crowd, because you're the sort of person, you keep going. You are persistent, you are owning your time, you are disciplined, you're making a major effort with that Strength card, and you're overcoming any obstacles. And if you're someone who works in an industry where you feel singled out, whether that's working in an office or in an industry where it's really hard to get involved, my guides are actually giving me a word, okay? Now, it's showing up in your water, but I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading, just to let you know there. But before I even came to your reading, you know, it was about 20 minutes before I even started cleansing and everything, and, you know, I do a little meditation for your reading. I kept being given this word, okay? And I was like, wow, I've heard this word, but I'm like, you know, when you have a fuzzy idea of what it means, so I needed to look it up precisely what it means, and my guides were like, yeah, that's it, that's it. So I was like, okay, so I'm not sure at this point whether this is for me, whether this is just something I'm picking up on, because sometimes I can like walk down the sidewalk and pick up on like songs that are playing on a radio station, and then suddenly a car will drive past and, you know, that song plays. And I'm like, oh, you know, I'm picking up frequencies and things like that. But it has shown up in your water right now. So this means the word was actually for you. And the word is echelon. I hope I'm saying that right, echelon, but I'm being given this energy of like a high ranking position or entering into the upper tiers of your profession, whatever that means, okay? So if you're a caterer, it could be that you're working towards running your own restaurant or getting like Michelin stars if you're like a chef, for example. Or it could be that, you know, you are running your own business and going to be seen in all your glory, appreciated for what you do, and perhaps win an award. You know, Entrepreneur of the Year award, or you may be like inventing something. So please apply it to your situation. But a lot of you, this energy, it can indicate that you are either going to be welcomed into an inner circle of a prestigious group or organization, or perhaps, you know, it could be something that you're applying for right now, and you will get the go-ahead, because I'm being given this energy of being connected in your industry. Yes, you're working really hard, but I feel like you are not going to go unnoticed. And if you feel like you have been going unnoticed and unappreciated because the star is in the resistance position, I want you to be aware that this will change. And you are the person who is taking it to the top. The moon card can actually indicate that there is a hidden opportunity, or an opportunity lies in the shadows, waiting for the right moment for you to reach the pinnacle point where you are meant to receive it, okay? The moon can also indicate that you feel cautious, you know, and you're steadying yourself with that strength card, that you feel that the industry is going through a transition period. Whatever, you know, industry you work in there, you may feel there's a lot of change going on, and a lot of you are fed up with these changes, rules, regulations, but I feel there will be a course where things get a little bit easier there for you as well. Now, of course, the moon card can indicate a lot of you are drained, especially with the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. Whatever it is you're doing, it's hard, but you have the knowledge and you have the skill set to take it to the top. And sometimes when we're drained, we can feel moments of being uninspired. You know, you're an Aries, you're a fire element, so it's rare that you feel so exhausted and uninspired, okay, because normally you are a firecracker when it comes to life and when it comes to love and when it comes to your career. You know, you are locked on, you're focused, and I feel like you're someone who's so passionate about what you do that you're always taking it to the next level. But when you got two tens there, it can indicate that it's hard and you're chipping away at something and you're about to have a breakthrough, because tens mean that you're nearly there, okay? The only way is up from here. But it can also indicate some of you may be completing a hard-won task, or, you know, you are looking at endings, expiry dates in your industry, contracts, passports, visas, especially if some of you are thinking about moving or migrating for your business or looking at better opportunities elsewhere. So it can be that you're looking at deadlines or, you know, administrative tasks, things that you need to complete, which I feel on a mundane level, you are focused on getting things in this lull period, because although you're busy, I feel the industry, whatever it is that you do, it feels quiet. You know, the hermit energy is, you know, people away or people removed somehow. So it could be that, you know, you're taking a vacation, or people in your industry have taken a vacation, or whatever it is, the industry is at that lull point. There's still things ticking over, but it feels quieter. And in that quiet space for you, I feel like you're getting things done that perhaps you've been meaning to get round to do, and calculate the next stages of what you really want to focus on there. I mean, some of you may also be, and this is so random, but if you're running your own business, it could be that you're running down one of your businesses in order to set up elsewhere or launch something new elsewhere. There could be some radical change regarding your business. And this is something you're in control of because you have the Magician card there. So I feel it's not something that is being thrust upon you. I feel it's something that you're in control of. So if that's you, I feel, you know, it feels very financially lucrative, whatever this move is. But also, these two cards are in the resistance position, which means new beginnings, new ideas. You know, swords are all about the mind, about ideas, about the flow of communication. So this can indicate the breakthrough position, and the 10 of Wands there is all about your energy. Suddenly you have more energy. The star energy, of course, whilst it is in the resistance position at first, it does go into the upright as you move through the 6 weeks. So this can indicate more inspiration. It can also indicate better alignment with a project. So if you're working on something that is, you know, challenging, if you're an entrepreneur, for example, or you run your own business and you're about to launch something or reveal it, you know, there is this energy of completing it fully before you decide to put it out there. And it's going to have a very measured start. I have to be honest with you. The Temperance card indicates that it will be quite balanced in its start, but then suddenly it takes off. It's like a shooting star. It's like, how can I put that? My guides are showing me it gets into, like, the atmosphere starts to burn brighter and brighter and brighter, and it gets faster and faster and faster. So this could be something that perhaps you launch at first that is a slow moving energy. People, I feel it's the time of year, okay? And then suddenly it's a hit. Suddenly it's like everybody wants it, okay? So it could be seasonal, whatever it is that you're doing. And I feel like you're getting a lot of attention. This is a card that highlights when it goes into the upright that you're in the spotlight for appreciation or recognition. For some of you, if you have, you know, applied for something, this could be that you get the go-ahead and you are getting attention and you're given like a qualification, certification, or whatever it is that you need in order to to run your business. The star also can indicate that some of you are literally going from obscurity to like fame, or to be in the spotlight, to be recognized, to have your reputation increase. So it could be that you feel you go unnoticed with that Hermit, but suddenly, you are thrust into knowingness, as it were. People in positions of authority witnessing what you're about, your talent, because this is all about talent. Okay, the Magician has everything that is needed to be an ultimate success. As above, so below. So, what you can see in your mind, you can literally have in your hand. So your vision of success is going to become your reality because you're putting all the effort in. And there's a lot of potential. You're in a very strong, powerful manifesting stage, but also you're taking action to forge your reality. And that is a potent co-creator energy for you to, make and witness your own success. So I feel here that, there is prosperity in its purest form aligning with you because you have the energy, the tenacity, and the drive to take things to the next level. The Magician card indicates you've got this. You've got the skills, the intelligence, the creativity to make things happen. And I feel that's exactly what you're doing. And this literally is a figure standing on top of the mountain. So if you feel that it's going to be like a hard mountain to climb, I feel the universe is paving a way for things to be easier for you, or there's a breakthrough there as well. Now, a lot of you, of course, are going to be focused on the ending and beginning of things because you have 2 tens and a Death card, of course. So the Temperance card can indicate you're firmly focused on your sense of purpose, that you are migrating skills or merging your energy in order to make things work. Some of you may also be doing 2 things. This could be second streams of income. There's 2 tens there. So they're in the resistance position. So it could be you're doing 2 new things, 2 new projects, or you have 2 new ideas to make more money. I mean, looking at your cards, you don't have pentacles that have popped through. Doesn't mean you're not focused on your financial strategy. When you have this card, it indicates that you're being balanced in your spending habits. The money's coming on in, you're letting it flow, which actually attracts more. So it can be that you're, being able to save a certain amount, but you're building your wealth as you go. It's a slow process. It's kind of methodical that, you're going to be paying your bills on top of your financial requirements and responsibilities there. But the Temperance card indicates there is this desire for more. And also it's a card of alchemy. It's where the magic happens. It's the midway point, where you have balance. If you do too much of one thing, things become stagnant. So, variety is the spice of life. And I feel like you're focused on your direction, but you're not closing off avenues or ideas that can inform, help, or support the next stages. That's why I feel you've got that L-shaped path there. It's like, is there an alternative? Or is there something that, I just heard from my guides waiting around the corner for you that's going to help. So I feel there could be a nice surprise for you in the next 6 weeks, something that's offered to you. This could be good news. It could be an actual opportunity or an idea there. But I feel it's important there that that cup is on a book. So I feel it's your knowledge that takes you. There's a lot of books here. So some of you could also be informing yourself with upskilling or new knowledge in some way, just to add strings to your bow to keep you relevant in your industry, but also keep you ahead of the competition in some way. I'll come back to the Ace of Cups because that was your last card. The Death card indicates transition. Your industry or the way that you work is going through a change. Now, not everybody is going to be entering into a new job or a new project. It can be that tools, rules, regulations, or, relocation could be happening. There's some sort of shift or maybe even an addition to what you do day to day. So this could be new technology that helps you be more efficient. It could be a new laptop or, a new computer software program, or maybe even something artistic, a tool that you want to explore at this time that you haven't quite got to grips with there in your industry. But the Death card is actually really positive because as something ends, it paves the way for something new to begin. It's always a transition towards something greater. But also this can be in your energy, that you have a resurrection, as it were, a rebirth of energy, that you're transforming something. There's movement and improvement, and it's the end of a very challenging cycle in your industry. And it feels like, especially as you move through August, it feels like it's quieter. and it paves the way August into September for more opportunity and to do more things that you love. So if you have been holding the fort whilst people have been away, or if you are someone who is a sole breadwinner perhaps, and either family members or your spouse or partner has been out of work searching, this can indicate that suddenly they get an opportunity and it really takes the pressure off, because a lot of you are under pressure, you know, at capacity here. You may feel like there's no support. Even if you're single and you're just moving through this time period, you may feel like the pressure has been on. There's always something to do. And you are, you know, someone who is very strong, crossing all those things off your list, but it will get easier there. And there is more time for creation at the, I would say at the end of the 6 weeks, which is what this reading is for. And the Ace of Cups can be your offering, you know, to fall in love with your career, to have an idea that you love, or an opportunity being given to you. But it is the start of doing what you do best to bring your dreams into being and reality. And you're being guided and protected to make sure that that happens. So it feels like some sort of hope returns when you have this card. But let me just pull one more card just to clarify that Ace of Cups, because the Ace of Cups can also indicate that you're given a gift in some way, whether it is a token of appreciation for some of you, or it could be a very rewarding review period. It could also be an opportunity to start something new, or, you know, explore a new project. But also it could be a piece of information given by somebody, or I want to see if it's a bonus or a raise or a promotion. It feels new, whatever it is. You know, an Ace of Cups can be a new proposal. So even if you work for yourself, it could be that you are proposing something new for your business, or extending your reach by implementing new ideas there. I definitely see you're extending your reach. Got the High Priestess. So this is a download. Wisdom comes in silence. This can be that you're in a review period. We got the Emperor. I mean, you are totally bossing up here. The Emperor is that you're stricter with your time. You know, you're being really strict with your finances. The Lover's card can also indicate, as I mentioned, if you have a partner who's out of work, for example, they could get an opportunity that's a dream opportunity, and just helps lighten the load, as it were. But these cards, I mean, again, they're all major arcana cards. So I would say the next 6 weeks for you are important. This could be, you know, you thinking about your next steps. This is a quietly reflective card. The High Priestess is very diligent, very vigilant as well, keeping an eye on things. And also, it could be that you're working on something in secret right now, and you're looking at your options. The Lover's card can be the choice card. But also it can be that you're manifesting something that you would love. I'm actually clarifying the Ace of Cups. So I would say something that you love and have worked really hard to achieve is closer than ever before, and could also be offered to you. But the Lover's card can also indicate, you know, some sort of partnership or alliance, being welcomed into the inner circle. This is the inner circle. I want you to be aware of that. This is you, you know, getting involved in something that, I'm not saying like a secret society or anything, but it could be that there is a very prestigious group of people that perhaps are witnessing your work or noticing your talent and want to elevate you in some way. The Lover's card can be that you get on with these people as well. If you're going for an interview, this can be that, you know, you're a bit cautious about it. It's a big deal for you, but they actually love you and they want to offer you this great position here. But I mean, the Emperor is an Aries card, so this can indicate that you were born to lead, that you are someone who is taking the reins of your career. Yes, you're being creative, but also you're being structured. You're looking at the administrative tasks. You are serious about the next stages. You're protecting your position as well. And I feel there is this knowingness that things are going to change for the better. I mean, this card literally means being headstrong and achieving what you set out to do. So you're someone who shows up for yourself. You're reliable. And I do feel there could be some sort of like promotion for some of you on the cards over the next 6 weeks. This could be something that you're told about. Perhaps you're told to keep it secret on the down low right now, but it's something that will be signed as a contract later on. It means your role is changing. Doesn't mean you're leaving the company. For some of you, if you are leaving a company, it can be that you're offered, you know, a more prestigious role elsewhere. I mean, this is the upper echelons. You don't get to the emperor position unless you are top tier, that you are, the best at what you do. So I feel the energy is the same, no matter what you do. Even if you are like an artist, it could be that you put your work online and it goes viral, and suddenly one of the best art galleries in the world reaches out and says, hey, I love what you're about. We want to represent you. It could be that you are in construction and perhaps you've got your own business doing something very niche in the construction industry. And suddenly, a big company comes towards you with a big contract and says, hey, we really love what you're about. We've heard good things. We want to work with you on our next project. And for some of you, it could be abroad, but whatever industry you're in that you're passionate about, I feel like there is an energy for more, and you are taking it to the top, okay? Now, of course, there is a rogue card in this deck. It's meant to be there. It's not there by accident. Not everybody gets this card, so I want you to be aware of that. We've got the book. That's why my guys were pointing at the book. The book is relevant. This could be knowledge. I mean, it could also be a self-help book, especially since you've got the Hermit and the High Priestess there. It could be that you're utilizing mindfulness tools in order to, become at one with your energy so that you feel like you got it there. So a lot of you could be launching something because it is a launch card, or it could be that things are taking off for you right now. But as I was saying, there could be some sort of like improvement with focus, because that Magician card is all about focus, especially when it's partnered with the High Priestess there as well and the Hermit. So you could be diligently learning new things or removing yourself from distractions so that you can focus on something quietly behind the scenes and be ready to launch it. We've got the Tower. Now the Tower in this is positive. It actually is a Tower of Power. We've got eggs there as well, so new things. Now we got the book, so this is all about paperwork, contracts, learning as you go, writing, taking a class, education, and law. So some of you could be creating a legal structure, business, or you're setting up your own business, going solo, or maybe this is just a thought right now. Well, thoughts are going to become things for you, and I feel like you are taking it to the top. I mean, you have that Tower, which is taking it literally to the top, and it says here, earning power, building a business, sound decision. For some of you, corporate job, but maybe it's more about power in your industry. And we've got unstable position. So this is like power in an unstable position. Okay, so I feel a lot of you are looking at the fluctuating nature of your industry right now, especially since we've got the pendulum. Things may be swinging back and forth. You may feel that things have not been solid for a while, but I do see that things will get better there. And the eggs represents new ideas or new opportunities opening up for you. But it says here, fluctuating income, you're in the flow. I feel a lot of you financially, you're maintaining and sustaining, but you're opening doorways to more. And it says a new strategy, seasonal work, job change, and making choices. And I definitely see that there for you as well. Now, we also have ornaments. Okay, so ornaments, decorations, basically. So you could win an award. You could be decorated for whatever it is that you do. But it says extra money, mature investment, celebration, career in retail, beauty, finishing your work. And for some of you, retirement. Yeah, well, the 2 10s there, this can indicate that you are working really hard to retire early, or it could be that you are on the brink now of retirement and you may be a bit cautious about finances, but I feel like you're going to love retirement, and you may even do something very creative in your retirement that is like a passion project, and suddenly people want to purchase it and you're like, oh my gosh, I could make money out of this. You're doing something you love because the Ace of Cups is there. But ultimately, I feel as you mature and decide when is the right moment for you to retire, I feel that, looking at the outcome energy, you are at peace with making that decision. The Temperance card indicates you're going to be in the flow, you're connected to your life philosophy, you're learning more about yourself. You've got more time for you, more time to invest in self and take care of your needs. So I would say just relax and enjoy the process. There's always going to be fluctuations in the economic market, but I feel, that looking at the energy, the Emperor indicates you're secure. Okay, Temperance card indicates you're measured. The Magician card indicates that there is an alchemy about you where you've worked really hard, you've created a foundation for you to enjoy this period. And the Death card can indicate that now you're on a new pace. You're clearing space for better things to come. This is your time, so enjoy it. So yeah, I would say that you're going to have a fab time there. You may need time to adjust to the pace, though, because you are someone who is always on it. And I feel you're going to fill your time with projects and things that you enjoy, and traveling. Lots of traveling there, too. We do have Treasure. Okay, so I feel this is about your gifts that will attract more. But it says here, worry-free finances. A lot of you trying to bring down debt. And, you know, just because you didn't get Pentacle cards doesn't mean you're not focused on your financial strategy. I do feel like you are perhaps putting an end to things that you feel nibble away at your finances, but don't sustain you in a healthy way. So, for example, you could be cutting corners in some of your spending habits, maybe like a subscription that you just don't utilize, things that are in the background ticking away, and occasionally like nyomping a little bit of your finances, like something that perhaps you used last year that was a subscription that you feel, oh, I don't even have time for that anymore. So you may go, it's a shame, but I got to go and let it go now. So you may cancel a lot of subscriptions or things like that. But it says here, money in reserve, excess, executive position there, sales, planning, and hidden talent. A lot of you could also be, you know, exploring a hidden talent there that could be this new idea. But if you're ready to launch something, I feel like you are on target and it is going to fly there as well. But this could also be you launching a new business, or it could be you launching a new you with new energy, new go-getting spirit after feeling exhausted and burnt out there. But also we've got eggs. Now it says starting over. So some of you with that ace, you could be starting over, but I feel like it could be like you migrating your skills in a new position or a new sector. But it says saving up, resources, nest egg, healthcare, new opportunities, and insurance. So I feel, you know, you are heading towards like new opportunities. And a lot of you could be thinking about insurance or getting advice on your 401ks and, you know, creating a strategy that sees you protected should anything end, for example. Now, I feel because you have the Emperor and you have the Magician, these are very strong cards of control. I feel if you're ending anything or if anything ends, is mainly because you decided to end it, okay? Looking at the energy. So I don't want you to be worried about anything there, but I can't see anything negative as your outcome. The Death card indicates transition, change. Nothing truly ends. We just, you know, blend into another phase or another era of your industry. And I feel that's what's happening here. You're entering a new stage or era of your industry or your career, or, you know, whatever you call it. I feel like your talent is taking you to the top. And this is a potent time for new ideas. So pay close attention to them, because I feel, you know, they could open the door to a lot more potential there. And also a lot of adventure. Play with it. So, of course, okay, this popped out all by itself. So we have the bow and arrow. So this is you remaining on target or aiming for something. I mean, literally, the Hermit is reaching for something. And I feel like you are aiming or reaching for something, and you're going to hit your mark. I'm just going to pop those there. Oh my gosh, look at this. For some of you, there may even be 2 opportunities or 2 streams of income. I mean, this is Mars, of course, and you are heavily governed by Mars there. So this is your passion. You're driven, you're ambitious, and you are on target, okay? Aim high, because you are taking it to the top there, to the upper tiers of whatever industry or creative endeavor that you are involved in. I mean, I feel creative forces are endless in you right now. I feel like you have the creative power that you hold within you that is far-reaching and greater than you actually realize, is what I'm seeing there. Also, when you get a bow and arrow, this can be adding strings to your bow. Also, it could be adding new tools there too. So we have a lot going on here. I mean, the fact that there's 2 bow and arrows there, I would say for some of you, this is really interesting. They're, okay, maybe I can't take them apart. This could be 2 people. Some of you may be thinking about setting up a business with another person, a partnership. If that's you, I feel, of course, get a contract in place. Very important there, but I feel, you know, it'll work really well. I feel it's a very balanced partnership. Both of you complement each other's skills there. Make it legal, though. We also have these two that were connected. Music. So some of you may be in the music industry, or perhaps you are just in sync with your desires. The mask can indicate that you're working behind the scenes on something, or you're doing something that is so authentic that, you know, it basically outshines competitors because you're bringing part of yourself to whatever this is. Also, this could be an event, networking event, or a place where you could meet people, because music brings people together, and the mask can be like a fancy dress event or some sort of work event where there's team building or networking in some way. A mask also carves out what's important for your focus. It reframes things that you're focusing on at this moment in time. We've also got this shell. It's like a clam. So this could be you being reminded not to be closed off to opportunities, but also it can be that you're working on something that's hidden at this moment in time. You know, there's a pearl in there, so a pearl of wisdom. So it can be that, you know, you have knowledge within yourself that perhaps you're not exploring, or that will help inform a project and help open you up to more opportunities. I mean, we got 2 dolphin there. Play with it. You know, this is an energy of being in sync with your desires, aligning with what it is you desire, but also it is a highly intuitive trinket. It reminds you that, you know, you have intuition. You are highly intelligent. Dolphins have a very high IQ, but also they have that sonar. The sonar is to be acutely aware of changes in the environment. So I would say that's what you're locked onto right now, and you're being flexible in these changes to remain true to your passion and, you know, be diligent. Even though these are testing times, I feel like you're strong enough to withstand these testing times and still be standing in your industry and successful. It's like sometimes they say, and I don't know anything about stock markets or things like that, but they say that when there's like a bear market or austerity, this is the time where you take advantage and you can suddenly like be very successful. Is it a bear market? Yeah, and a bull market, I think, is when things are like really like flourishing and there's lots of money and everything is going up when it comes to investment. So I feel this could be your sudden kind of like, what's the word? My guides are giving me an energy. One moment, please. You are a visionary, for example, and you can see opportunity where others cannot. Okay, so that's coming through there. And also we have a key, and I love this key because it's got the fleur-de-lis on the top there that also looks a bit like the ram horns. Okay, so this can indicate that you're about to problem solve something or unlock your destiny on something, or you hold the key to the next stage. I mean, key is a lot of responsibility and it connects to your destiny. And I feel this sense of duty that you are diligent and pushing on through, and you are, you know, someone who is determined to get to the top, and you're faithful to your commitments to make that happen. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading. Very complex, may not resonate with everyone there, but I hope it resonates with someone out there. So thank you so much, my beautiful Aries, and love and light.